Today the topic is decomposers. This is one of my favorite topics also. Okay, let's start. What is decomposition? Decomposition is a process of breaking down something into smaller pieces. After decomposition, new life begins. Decomposition is a part of food chain and makes it move in a circle rather than a straight line. Let's follow a simple food chain. One sunny day, a butterfly sucks nectar from a flower and travels to a pond. A frog snaps at the butterfly and snacks on it. A hungry hawk claws at the frog and devours on the meal. As time passes, the hawk dies. Its body breaks down into smaller pieces, rotting away into the dirt. Only minerals are left that are absorbed by soil and help growing new plants, thus starting nature's cycle again. Types of decomposition. Oxygen is the fuel of decomposition. Things rot faster when there is plenty of air around. It is called aerobic decomposition. Aerobic decomposition produces only a small amount of gases and it is almost non-smelly. But when things break down without much oxygen, it is called anaerobic decomposition. It is a much slower and stinky process. Anaerobic decomposition produces sulfur-based gases that smell terrible. Who are the decomposers? Decomposers are the organisms that break down dead organisms and organic waste into smaller pieces to be absorbed by soil. Decomposers are not only animals but also microorganisms like bacteria and fungi. Their job is same as other decomposers of breaking down something into nutrients that sink into the soil to grow new life. Some of the other decomposers are termites, dung beetles, isopods, worms, and scavengers. Dung beetles. Dung beetles are the insects that decompose the poop of a billion cows. They chew their way through mountains of cow dung to raise a family. They shape the dung into a giant ball and roll it to a safe spot. The females then lay eggs in that ball. Cow dung releases an odorless gas called methane that is very good at absorbing heat from the sun, greenhouse gas. It is a major cause of global warming. Dung beetles do a fantastic job in decomposing the smelly cow dung within hours instead of months. Since it's an aerobic decomposition, so much less methane is produced. Thus, dung beetles not only raise their families in cow dung, they are also a major player in the battle against global warming. Scavengers. Scavengers like vultures, blowflies, great white sharks start the process of decomposition by feeding on the flesh of dead animals. Vultures love to eat a rotten carcass. They can even digest meat that is covered with the bacteria of deadly diseases like cholera. The powerful acids in the bird's stomach dissolve the bacteria. Therefore, vultures clean up the germs' breeding grounds and help in slowing the spread of diseases. Another deadly scavengers are great white sharks. They rip the toughest whale hide with their razor sharp and edged like a saw blade teeth. Once the whale carcass is tore apart, the immense body slowly breaks into smaller pieces. Now the creatures such as fish and seabirds that could never bite through a whale's hide get a meal. When the oily blubber is eaten, the whale's carcass sinks. Now it is a dinner for dozens of bottom dwellers: crabs, fish, skates, rays, and snails. Microorganisms floating in the water devour on the leftovers. And so, trillions of atoms that made up the whale's body provided food to a whole host of creatures. Fungus. Fungus are microorganisms that cannot make their own food from sunlight, air, and water. They feed on other things. They reach deep into rotting logs, poke into dead animals to find food. They release powerful enzymes that can soften almost anything, even wood or bone. When fungus feeds on rotting wood or dead animals, it turns them into minerals and nutrients perfect for growing new trees. Different species of fungus eat different things. Some fungi eat dead animals, others prefer dead plants. One type of fungus eats only pine cones, while other type picks only pine needles. Some fungi eat other fungi. Bacteria. They are single-celled organisms that are the most powerful decomposers of all. Bacteria don't have mouth to eat. They absorb food through their cell walls. They not only break down dead animals and organic waste into smaller fragments, but also food in your stomach. Bacteria love to rot milk, and so they help in creating delicious cheese and yogurt. Conclusion. Decomposition happens everywhere: oceans, forests, deserts, landfill, garden, compost pile, and even in your stomach. It is not the end of cycle. In fact, it is the beginning of a new life. It is nature's way of endlessly turning the old into new. So next time you smell that familiar odor, don't plug your nose. Hope you like it. Thank you. Bye-bye.